Good morning to one and all. I welcome you for IABS IAS Academy's Current Affairs channel, IABS News Bureau. Now we are going to discuss about the Hindu news analysis, which is dated on July 7th, and today we are going to discuss about 4 different topics. First topic is related to Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, and here this today article, we had two articles with respect to this particular issue, one in first page and another and a continuation in page number 8 of today Hindu newspaper. Here, before getting into the issue, what is this MGNREGA, that is Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. Under this particular act, from past 2006, government is providing employment to rural people for their development in terms of infrastructural development in rural areas under the direct control of Gram Panchayat. And here the foremost salient feature is each and every household who belongs to the rural area can directly register under the Gram Panchayat to get maximum of 100 days of work in a year with a salary fixed by the particular state government. Here the salary is keep on varying, and the present average salary for the nation is 200 rupees. Now why it is in newspaper? And here, due to this COVID, most of the laborers who are working in and around the metro cities, they went back to their native places, which are mostly rural areas. In rural areas, they started to work for past 2 to 3 months during this COVID lockdown period, and most of the person, exactly to say 1.4 lakh people, they have completed their quota, that is 100 days of work under this Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, which means further thereafter they are not able to work with this particular scheme. Now the issue is, lot many social activists, they are asking for extension of this particular quota, that is to extend the maximum number of working days under this particular scheme from 100 to 200, and they are also demanding for increase in the wage. As per a particular organization, that is Sangharsh Moksha, they are asking to increase the wage limit from 200 to 600 per day. That can make sure that rural people, especially the people who are coming from rural areas, can able to sustain with this particular work. Nowadays, most of the industries and construction sectors are being completely locked down due to this COVID situation, and only work providing organization are horizon to rural people. Even in this monsoon condition, or even it is favorable condition for farmers too, they can't able to invest directly without getting the financial assistance from state government or financial institution. They are highly dependent on MGNREGA, that is Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Scheme. Now government is planning to increase the number of work days and to increase the wage limit throughout the country. And this is about first article. Second article is directly related to COVID testing in and across the country. As per ICMR report, yesterday's we have crossed the cumulative sample tested, which is more than 1 crore. To be exactly, it is 1 crore and 1 lakh and 35,525. Out of this 1 crore tests, we had tested 3 lakh and 46,459 samples within past 24 hours itself. In this same track, if you are keep on testing, we can able to use a particular strategy called test, trace and treat to find the solution for this COVID situation, because the only solution is early tracing and early finalization, early founding of COVID in a particular person can help the doctors to make sure that the patient is getting proper care, and they are properly providing medicine to increase the immunity, so that the transmission can also be blocked, and the person can also be treated in an efficient manner. At present, we had 1,105 labs in and across the country, out of which 788 labs belongs to government and 317 belongs to private party. Apart from that, all the labs which are having that license, they needs to get accreditation from NABL to ensure quality testing in this particular horizon. Otherwise, they can't able to ensure the quality which is provided in this particular testing thing. Apart from that, today's newspaper is also discussing about the mental health of the stakeholders who are working with the health department, also the person who are affected by this particular pandemic. National Institute of Mental Health and Neuroscience, that is NIMHANS, which is located in Bangalore, is taking care of the psychiatry, that is the neurological stigma of a person who are working with this particular COVID pandemic situation. Also, they are planning and taking some policy decision which are critical to ensure the program is effectively be implemented for successful integrated treatment is being provided to patient, which is not affecting the healthcare professional also that needs to take care of the patients who are affected by this pandemic. And now we can move on to the third article. Third article talks about whether corona is an airborne disease. Here, initially, when we are getting that guideline from WHO, World Health Organization, they were saying that corona might be airborne, but now more than 239 experts directly wrote the letter to WHO stating that this COVID-19 might be airborne. They are showing lot many evidence, and they have said that they are planning to publish the same thing in a scientific journal to educate the people. Because this corona, nowadays we are saying that corona can be get ridden by using facial mask and by keeping social distance and frequently washing hands. These are all the three important preventive measures which are given by WHO to be a safer end from this COVID. But now 239 scientists, they are giving some evidence, and they are going to publish the same thing in WHO journal as well as in private scientific journal to increase the awareness among the public. But WHO has not taken any stringent measure to believe it, and they are not given any order because they don't have any direct evidence from WHO side. But few scientists like Lindsay Mark from Virginia Tech University, they are saying that since coughing and talking can generate aerosol that can easily be a transmitter in airborne as a airborne disease or airborne virus, that might easily affect a person in a poor ventilated surrounding. Here, if corona is found to be an airborne disease, then all the healthcare workers need to be provided with N95 mask. Now, whatever be the mask that we are using, which is prepared from cotton cloth, cannot be an effective preventive mechanism to protect ourselves from this particular disease called COVID. Apart from that, we need to minimize the recirculatory air conditioning system Apart from that, we need to add some ultraviolet light to need ultraviolet light that can able to kill the viral particle floating in the tiny droplets in and outdoor. And the third important thing what we can do is powerful new filters needs to be discovered, and that can be a only solution if WHO is going to say that corona will be a airborne syndrome. And we are waiting for the letter or a declaration from WHO about this particular decision. Now we can move on to today's article, and the article is directly talking about WHO's participation in terms of controlling this COVID and what are the steps which are taken by WHO in this particular thing. Here we can directly see that the heading is what about WHO, and it starts with a quote saying that WHO seems to be a mercy of powerful nation while obtaining relevant information from various countries. As you know that WHO is having WHO is having regional quarters in most of the country to collect the information regarding what are all the diseases which are evoking in and around that particular country, so that same message can be passed on to other country to control the same syndrome or the disease in another part of the country. This is the major work of WHO. But what WHO did, as per this article, it starts by an accusation, that is a complaining by US President Donald Trump on the working and functioning of WHO. WHO is now working as an agent of China as per this particular report. Why? Now because it is working for the welfare of China, and there are lot many reports which are not officially being printed in any media saying that the chief of WHO is being properly funded. The chief of WHO is backed by China political and economic situation. Apart from that, WHO is funding. The WHO is getting lot many funds from China government to block some data with respect to this COVID. And here he is saying that WHO is working towards China-centric action. That is also there in this particular article. Here, Trump is accusing this particular data, because WHO, when they started to give information regarding this COVID situation, they said that this particular COVID has started on January 4th as per the tweet which is given by WHO. But actually this particular disease has started on December 31st itself in China, and that was being alerted by local municipal health commission in China to WHO. But that was not being taken care as a serious part in China, as a serious issue in WHO. Later, when lot many organizations and news agencies started giving information, and they give the source about this particular viral pneumonia that might be a reason for few deaths in China for that past period, that is between December 4th week to January 1st week, then WHO said that this viral pneumonia is the reason. The viral pneumonia is backed by a novel virus called coronavirus. Then it was being clearly said that it was actually started on December 31st, but it was revealed by WHO on January 4th itself. If the same is being properly been declared by WHO publicly, with transparency and accountability, this can be prevented in better way. Even now we are preventing it, but we have lost more than 5.3 lakh people, and it has been destroying livelihood and the entire economy of the world. China has not learned anything from the particular disastrous virus which was evoked in 2002 called SARS outbreak. Even after SARS outbreak, if they are not doing anything in an effective and efficient manner, and as a prime and an allied organization, WHO, World Health Organization, is now pricing China for their commitment to transparency. China and WHO, if they were working in a standard, in a proper standard, then we might block this particular syndrome much way before. And here there is one particular statement that is giving a conclusion for this particular article. At least some of the impact could have been lessened by more proactive action on the part of China and less reverential attitude on the part of WHO, which means if China has clearly said about that accurate condition with transparency on December 31st itself, then WHO may take proper decision and they may declare this particular disease as a pandemic in some particular period itself, before it was being what was, for example, simply to say, well, pandemic as novel corona was as a pandemic was declared in February, and if it is being declared somewhere before that particular period, all the countries can take some preferential action and preventive mechanism to control this novel coronavirus throughout the country. Now we came to an end of this particular discussion. Thank you all.